receiving First Communion, you come up here into the sanctuary, and I can assure all the mothers that the rug is clean. You gotta come up closer. Some of you can come in here. You all look pretty sharp today. How many have had their pictures taken already? And don't worry, it's not over yet. Lots more pictures to be taken. I have a test to give you. And I wonder if you're able to pass the test. Who can tell me what this is? What kind of bread? What do we use this kind of bread for? Would you put a hot dog in here? What would you put in here? A hamburger or a cheeseburger? What about that? What's that? Peanut butter and jelly sounds good to me. And what's that? A roll for a hot dog. 2 more. This one might be a little tougher. Anybody know what that is? What? Not a sandwich. A bagel. I didn't know if you'd get that one. And what's this? Holy bread. It's going to be holy bread once we celebrate Mass. And what makes this bread different than the other bread? It is flatter because it doesn't have any yeast. It's going to be the body of Christ. Right now it's just bread. And the reason it's so flat is it doesn't have any yeast. That makes the bread rise. But when you can pass the test of knowing the difference between that and this, then you're welcomed at the table of the Lord. This is the table of the Lord, the altar. And you're going to be fed from it for the very first time today. And that makes this day so special. And afterwards, we'll have a big group picture. And if all goes well, you'll find yourself on the Hall of Fame that we have, with kids who are now in their 30s who have received communion here for the first time. And you'll go up there, and maybe in a few years you'll come back and say, was I ever that young? Or why did they dress me in that suit? It's a rite of passage for all of us. And it is a day that we do remember. I can remember my first communion. But the only thing I really remember is all the bubblers, the water bubblers in the school were turned off. Because in those ancient days, you couldn't drink water or any food from midnight to the time that you received communion. So I hope I've grown in my appreciation of what Eucharist is since then. I have a niece who has 3 boys. And the youngest just received communion. And she posted on her Facebook page, "Thank God it's the last banner I ever have to make." I said, I'm not sure she's coming to that from a healthy perspective. But I congratulate you, and I congratulate your families, and I hope you have a great day after we mark this important step in your becoming an active and an older member of our community. So you pass the test and go back to your place, and we'll continue Mass.